Well, good day, everybody. Um, we are now at the tail end of our provincial assessment and training workshop of Eastern Cape. Gathered here were a number of promoters in the province with members from the uh, Back to Basics team of Boxing South Africa, the Director of Operations, the Provincial Manager of BSA. Were later joined in the evening by the acting CEO, Mr. Jobe Sithole. We had a great, beautiful day in dealing with what, from where we're sitting, is constitutes the life and soul of boxing in the country. The sanctioning model, the contracting, the rankings of South African rankings, provincial rankings, the expectation that one has on a number of promoters in the province. What is it that we expect from individual businesses in the upliftment and development of boxing? We're emerging out of these deliberations stronger than ever. We're emerging out of these deliberations very clear that we shall, as stakeholders, as Boxing South Africa, waste no time but to transition into the new sanctioning model, which is consistent with the International Boxing World Order, a model that is used by all the major world bodies, WBA, WBC, IPF, WBO, a model that would give rise to a renewed, a transformed boxing South African trajectory in the country. You would have promoters presiding over everything else that relates to delivering of a tournament, being responsible for a levy payable to Boxing South Africa, which will be standardized to all promoters, a levy linked to the development promoter and national promoter and international promoter, and all those levies would be standard. They won't be linked to what a promoter does for his or her business. But equally, you will have promoters responsible for that which will be discussed and agreed upon, payable fees to all the officials of Boxing South Africa that will be officiating either in local or international boxing events but staged in the country. But again, the promoters will be responsible for paying belts of champions, challengers, dethroned champions. When there's a need for a new belt, that will be a responsibility of the promoter. So the boxing landscape will never be the same again. We're very clear that with a heightened pace, both in the office of the acting CEO and the Director of Operations, and together with the national officials of the National Promoters Association, the first tournament should be announced. That is an embodiment of the principles and the elements that I've lifted. But again, we have used this platform. We'll be using again tomorrow's platform to assess the knowledge that promoters that are aspirant have of the boxing environment in the country. Promoters that we have had that have been licensed over time, their understanding of the act, the regulations, the understanding of the weaknesses, the bottlenecks, and what we need to change. And ultimately, we shall do everything in our power to protect and prevent the space and the environment from any moles that are to enter the space with bad intentions other than those of developing boxing into the country. So, as the national chairperson of all promoters in the country, I remain convinced that This part was a necessary development to initiate and start with an assessment program and training program. We are grateful to the likes of Loyiso Mtya, Khulile Khadu, and many others that have participated in this program. And it is with hope that in the next financial year, that different modules will be packaged for different sectors, different module for promoters, different module for managers, trainers, and officials. But this should be rather a norm than something that is foreign. And everybody must get used to it. It's either you shape up or ship out. Thank you very much.